This ain't no game, this that CSG game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could it? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. Them other shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Sean, Dante. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal Sports Zone.
Thanks to the Reds for having a rain delay. We are going to go ahead full steam with an impromptu episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wyman, and for some reason, Higgy's here.
Which is always, it's not a bad thing.
Higgy, you look like the bearded lady from the circus.
I feel like a Robertson more than I feel like.
No, you look like a bearded lady. You look like Braun Strowman had a child with himself.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Hey, what's up, Brian? Man, I just wanted to hop on here. It's been a while. I'm still not 100%, and I apologize. I know it's nothing I can help, but I've just not felt up to doing a bunch of these shows, and I've had offers to have some really, really good guests come on. I'm like, man, I'm letting you all down, but I started focusing on my health since I got out of the hospital. This morning, I weighed in for the first time in 7 days, and I'd lost, I think it was 15.8 pounds this week. So, taking 60% show tonight after my tweet. Yeah, Brian, what up? Hey, what's up, Wesley? I don't know. I'll have to tell you, it had zero. I was sitting here. Now, my mom has finally come home from the rehab facility, and she's currently living with me until she feels, safe enough to go home and be by herself, which I'm very, very proud of. Normally, she comes home, she's still a little wonky. She is doing everything herself, and I could not be more proud of her. Hey, Michelle, what's going on? So I think she'll be going home pretty quick. But I was sitting here and we've been watching TV, and I was like, man, I'm so bored. And not like bored with hanging out it's like, I got to do something. And I was like, you've got no excuse not to get on. And I apologize for not being on. D-Wall, what up? I've just not felt it. We got season 5 starting here in a month, actually, a little over a month. And I appreciate all the support. I'm glad you all have been here since day one of the Cardinal Sports Zone. I mean, me, Steve, and Justin, we started the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast back in 2012. And we were only on the air 6 weeks before we were approached to do a show on 93.9, and that show lasted for about four and a half years. Our very first guest we had was Peyton Siva, and he's actually one of the guys I had lined up for this week. If I could have went, we would have had Peyton Siva, Russ Smith, and Trent Flowers all on the same show. I didn't feel good, and I know y'all understand, but still, to me, I feel like I'm letting y'all down, and I know that's silly. But it is what it is. When it comes to this stuff, I'm a stickler. I'm meticulous. I'm a professional. I'm the most unprofessional professional there is. Even overweight alfalfa over there shaking his head. Oh, Tay. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. It's hard to explain. First off, I look amazing. You're correct. I know that. But my heart's not been in it. I've been so worried about my health, so worried about getting a schedule together to lose weight because I don't want to die young. Take notes. And it is what it is. It's been. I've never had a time in my life where I've just taken my ball and went home, and I don't. I don't know why. I don't know why this time has been so difficult. And I'm trying to get a couple of impromptu guests to hop on. It's late notice, so I don't know if they will or not, but it is what it is. Let me go ahead and open the show. Coming to you live from the Fitness Market Studios North. I probably should just call it regular because the downside, we're never going to get the basement together until we move, and that sucks because it was a beautiful, beautiful area. Those of y'all that saw the show when we were down there know that it was a first-class facility. The flood just destroyed it. But this is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Again, I'm your host, the phenomenal one, Jeremy Wildman, and my co-host tonight is Higgy. What's up, Higgy?
Nothing much. Full after dinner here.
I love being able to hear Higgy mumble and not even understand half of what he said. But JB, what up? Chat line's open. Y'all are hitting it up. Y'all know that. Make sure y'all look underneath my face because you can see where you can help out the show. And I mean, if I'm being forced to do the show, I probably would do it more often. I'm just kidding. Donate to us. Help us out. It's underneath me the ways you can do it. Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, is it? Yeah, Michelle, I'll get that for you here in a second. Michelle's got a great question. Yeah, BJ, I'll talk about that. But again, you can donate to the show those three ways, or Zelle if you want to hit me up on. If you'd rather donate via Zelle, DM me on Twitter or Facebook and let me know. We can do it that way too. Shout us out on Twitter or on your social media. Don't forget to hit that like button. Dwayne Cross in the house. What up? Brian McGlasson. So, y'all are asking about that first. So I guess we'll just hop into that. Tyler Johnson or Tyler. I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm going to go with Tyler. Anyway, not on campus. Supposed to be on campus already. There have been reports, nothing official from the staff. And when I say that, I mean nothing official via social media and nothing official when I text the staff and ask them questions. They're being very, very tight-lipped about this. So I don't even have the skinny on this one. But from what I'm being told by other insiders, by insiders, I'm not an insider really. I don't feel like he's going to be on the team this year. Now, again, that's nothing I have been told by anybody official, but it's just the writing on the wall. Like where there's smoke, there's fire. He was supposed to already be here. He's not. It doesn't take a genius to put 2 and 2 together in that situation. Thanks, Chris. I'm feeling a little bit better. I just got to get it all back together. So real quick, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on me, but my spleen actually is what's causing me issues now. We got everything else fixed, and my spleen actually died, and it's just sitting there, and it's like somebody has grabbed onto my midsection and is squeezing it as hard as they can. So I'm in discomfort 24 hours a day. That's another reason why I haven't really been that vocal on social media. I'm not Higgy, you can attest to this. I've not really talked to anybody in a month or so since I've started feeling worse. Yeah, Michelle. So that's why I haven't been on, but I haven't got any. I'm trying to remember why I even went there. Why did I start talking about that, Higgy?
Talking about Johnson.
No, but about why? Well, how did my condition factor into that? I was going somewhere with that.
I don't remember.
Okay, well that's been, but I'm good with that. We have a strong team. Manio looked good today. He really did. He looked really good. But I don't have any idea. Before y'all ask, I don't know who we're going after to replace him. I don't even know that he's not going to be a part of this team. All I know is that the way it looks from the outside, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So they've got plenty of time to figure that out. Basketball doesn't start till November. Is that when it starts, Iggy?
Well,
I mean, the
they
first
have to
game.
report to campus by the third week of August.
Okay.
To be eligible for the fall semester.
Okay. So we still got a little bit of time. Football's coming up way before basketball comes up, and I know how excited everybody is about football.
2 weeks.
A lot of good stuff. 2 weeks.
Because we start the season September the 1st, and it's 30 days before that we can start practices.
Oh yeah, but I mean we can't watch football games until September. So, but still sooner than basketball. So we just a lot of hype, a lot of good publicity coming out about the football team. I saw where the recruiting class has jumped up to 23rd. So that's good. Seeing smart fans trying to downplay me. Yeah, but that's just how they West. That's just how they are. That's what they're focused on. Like we're focused on football, and we're focused on the positives that are going on around our basketball program, and they're worried about playing a national team with one of our guys on it. Like, why? Like they like to act like we're obsessed, but they are the real obsessed ones, not us. So, but let's we're gonna open up the chat line is open, but I want to hear what do you all want to know? What do y'all want to talk about? We're doing a very quick show tonight, about 30-45 minutes. I just wanted to get on here, reconnect, let y'all know how I was doing. I'm doing all right, and just a quick show tonight. So if y'all have any questions, send them through the chat line and we'll answer them. Higgy, how you been doing, buddy?
I'm good. We need to go out and support our buddy Chris. He's on the Barbecue Brawl on the Food Network, so give him a shout out. Made it through the first round of competition this week. So
I watched. Well, nobody got cut the first week, so he made it through.
Yep. So go check him out down in Four Pegs.
Yes, and I'm so proud of him. He's got on this national spotlight, and man,
he deserves it.
He does deserve it. But weren't you a little bit nervous when it looked like him cooking the chicken was going to be the reason why his team lost?
Yeah.
And then he pulled it out at the end. I had no doubt.
But we all know his chicken and his food. It's got to be That was going to be a new Higgy word. Manaculous.
He's meticulous. I don't even know what are you even saying?
I'll just say his food is phenomenal. So go check it out at Four Pegs. If you want to see Barbecue Brawl in action, go see him.
And Higgy, tell people, I know it's Monday night. Is it Monday night at 9?
Yep, Monday nights at 9 on Food Network or on HBO Max, whichever you subscribe to.
On the Higgy Network. Brian wants to know how did Coach Brom sneak TJ through the door? I have no idea. I had somebody ask me about him. Like, hey, do you know when TJ's coming to come to campus? And I was like, well, he's not in this class, so I wouldn't imagine until next year. And they're like, we're hearing something a little different. That was 2 weeks ago. And I'll be honest with you, I immediately disregarded it because it came from somebody who they're part of a Discord chat group, and I know a lot of times two out of the three that I'm familiar with just love chaos to ensue at all times. So normally when I hear something coming from a Discorder, I immediately just throw it over in the I swipe left. I don't know. I've never been on one of those before. But anyway, so pleasantly surprised. This football team is going to be good this year. Chris wants to know, is Kenny going to hold a news conference anytime soon? So tired of all these radio guys complaining. I don't know, man. It's just not KP style to do that. I don't know how to explain it. He's just mild manner. He's laid back, and he just is not really press conference. I know it sounds stupid. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, he gets paid $4 million a year to be the head coach. He should talk. Why? So you all can pick apart everything he says? Like, if you think that the complaining, if you think the lack of communication between him and the fans is just for no reason, and that he didn't see all these radio people complaining and piling on the entire year, you're goofy if you don't realize there's a correlation between the two. Last year at this point, he had already done the presser at the church. He did the in a couple weeks he did the ACC media day, or whenever it was. It may not have been a couple of weeks. You know, I don't think he's going to just come out and do press conferences for no reason. I don't.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead, Higgs.
I was just gonna say, people picked in part his John Rothstein interview he just did a few weeks and like last week. So why? I don't see him coming out and doing another presser right now. I just see him doing those interviews if he's needed to, but at the same time, I'm in agreement with McBride. I'd rather him spend time in the community doing different things, making our team look great, but also too getting out in the community and being an actual person more than a head coach.
No doubt. And I was just about to address that. Brian does say Coach KP spends time in the community with the young kids. That's good enough for me. Like, here's the thing. We are at a point in time where people want to complain about everything that's going on. I refuse to buy into that. I am not going to be complaining. RL says, let's let the results speak for him. Yes, and trust me, we were all disappointed with last year's results. Y'all don't think Nolan Smith was disappointed? Y'all don't think Kenny Payne was disappointed? Trust me, I talked to them. I could hear the hurt in their voices, but they also knew last year was going to be tough because of the personnel we had. Make no mistake about it. I appreciate Jalen. I appreciate Sydney. I appreciate Elle. I appreciate Roosevelt. I appreciate everybody. Who did I leave out, Higgy? Who else left? You gotta be quicker than that if you're gonna.
I'm just trying to think.
Higgy. Let's put it this way. I appreciate everybody and what they did, but we had kids that were geared for college underneath a guy who's geared to prepare college for pro. And some of them just didn't get it. They just didn't get it. And a lot of them had issues going on at home. And it sounds like I'm making excuses, but most of these kids were Zoom recruited because of the pandemic. Like, the coach wasn't able to really, and that was what, 3 coaches ago?
Yep.
Wasn't really, I'm counting the one because he was interim coach for a little bit. But anyway, weren't really able to get to know these kids and what they were wired for. I would not, let me also say, I would not have traded having them here for anything in the world. Roosevelt's a great kid. Jalen, amazing person. Jalen, Sydney, and Elle checked in on, and this is before I even really had got to know them. When my dad was sick and in the hospital, they DM'd me to check on him at least once every 2 weeks. And they didn't have to do that. And then I was able to forge a friendship with them through covering them on Media Day. You could tell from my Media Day interviews on YouTube, like, that we had a really good relationship. And it's kind of like with Trenton Flowers, man. Trenton Flowers, and I have never met him face to face. I did say when I was in Orlando covering him at the EYBL, I said hi to him. I spoke to his mother for about a half hour, told her how excited we would be. I never thought in a million years he'd come here, and he's here. But that dude has been messaging me at least once a week, asking me how I'm doing. So those are the kind of kids you want here. But you also have to have the kind of kids that are wired for greatness. And Trenton Flowers, Big Dennis, Trey, Sky, all of them. I don't want to leave anybody out. I always do. They are wired for greatness. Brian says, as much as I like L, his comments about U of L came off bad, and it was a bunch of me vibe. If that trickled down, it's a bad recipe. Look, at the end of the day, L is still a kid. I mean, past what most people consider a kid, a college kid. And every time he signed on Twitter, it was nothing but people just urinating all over him verbally. And I get it. I get it. Look, I get it. And every time he would DM me and say, "Man, these fans are crazy. Why do you stick up for them?" I'm like, "Look, we all love Louisville, and we have had a rough last 8 years." And every time I would explain that to him or Sydney or Jalen, they would get it. It would still bother them, but they would get it. RL says, we have a major talent upgrade, and the coaches have had a full offseason for these kids' to get these kids' minds right. The results will be readily apparent, I hope. I agree. And actually, I'm getting more confident in the team. I'm not going to tell you how many wins I think they're going to finish with now. I know at the end of the season, or not at the end of the season, after we got a couple of the big names loaded up, I was like, I think we'll get 16 to 20 wins. I think it's more than that. I won't go into detail. We'll save that for a future episode. But at the end of the day, these kids came here to play basketball and represent U of L, and they did not get a fair shake for the majority of the fan base. Again, the majority of the fan base had no idea what they were going through in their personal lives. Or maybe there's some of them that still would have been like, "Oh, you came to play for Louisville, suck it up and shoot the ball." But, it is what it is. We appreciate them. We appreciate the new guys. I think Dennis Evans is going to be a shot blocking machine. I see a lot of Gorgie in him. Actually, I think, and y'all please don't throw stones at me, I think Dennis is going to have a better freshman year than Gorgie did. Walter, Atlanta in the house. ATL, what's up? So that's where we are with that. Send us some questions. I really do want to stay on here for at least a half hour to 45 minutes. I miss you guys. I know a lot of people aren't even in here because I decided to announce this at the last second. Higgy, any more? I'm going to give you the opportunity to introduce the next topic. So you come up with something you want to talk about that maybe I haven't touched on yet, and then I've got one final one before we wrap things up.
Okay. I was going to say, let's talk about women's basketball. Let's talk about how Jeff Walls and this team already look like midseason form with the chemistry they got going on. Kiki and Jefferson is a beast.
I'll be honest with you. I did not get to see any of their games. So I will have to take your word for it.
Dude, let me just say this. If Sam was on with me, he would be agreeing with me 100%. Kiki Jefferson's a beast. Sydney Taylor's a beast. I forget her name, but she's from the Netherlands. We got in. She reminds me a lot of Sam Furing. But, dude, the women's team right now is just absolutely killing it. And just to have an extra almost 20 days of practices to work together and get ready for the season before the season even plays or even gets at some quality competition like they're getting against Team Canada, Africa, and everything like that right now over in the Global Jam, they are really killing it more than anything.
Listen, I want to apologize to the people watching on Facebook. I just clicked on here because I had a ton of notifications. And for some reason, my Facebook chat is not coming through. I could check on that. I don't want to mess anything up. It says it's...
While you're checking on that, I can talk about something else if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to try to get... then whenever I'm done, I want to go ahead and read off some of these comments.
Yeah. And then the other thing I was going to talk about was the 502 barbecue. We got a lot of kids coming in. They're high 4 stars, high 5 stars coming in for the barbecue at the end of the month.
You would bring up a barbecue.
Well, it's gonna be a great plethora of talent out there.
You don't use the word great with plethora. You say plethora.
Okay, but I'm just saying this talent pool that Jeff Brom and staff are bringing in for this barbecue, I'm surprised of how well this talent class may be for 25 more than anything. And there's a guy from Male High School that's a offensive lineman. I'm excited for if we can get him and keep him in the state, or I should say in the city.
Are you talking about Souls?
Yes.
Yeah, his dad, a good friend of mine, former DOS Dragon.
Dude, he's
pretty good.
He's a big boy.
He is, and I've been watching him for years. I remember watching him in Pee Wee all the way up to now. Very, very proud of him. Let's go ahead really quick. I want to go ahead and catch up. Facebook, Uncle Larry said, "What's up? Hey, what's up, Larry?" Yes, Tom, going live on a Saturday night. Thank you for that. Brent, we're not calling other radio hosts any names. I'm not. You can. Bill, what up? Give you one right back. Bill wants to know if you're getting a massage right now, Higgy, because you're slumped over.
Who said that?
Bill Jones.
Oh, my
collision course in the house.
My brother from another mother.
Brent Kaufman says he needs an assistant or spokesperson to be hype. Maybe. Justin McCord, what's good? Hey, what's up, buddy? I'm going to have to figure out why this is not coming through, because normally they all come through through the chat. Let's go ahead and catch up on the actual chat line. Bradley Harris wants to know, what's the odds that Flowers is a one and done? Any news on how good he really is in practice? Look, I'll tell you this much. If ever there were a one and done in our program, it's Mr. Trenton Flowers. He is so silky smooth. He's phenomenal. A leader at such a young age. He's really, really good. And that's all I'll say. I don't want to give away too much, but he's really, really, really good. Chris Steer wants to know, how did the coaches feel about our chances with Knox? Last time I spoke to Nolan about Knox, he said we were in it. He wouldn't give me much more information than that. He said we were firmly in it. So I like that. Walter Okorafor had an awesome game against the Kitty Cats for sure. Brian says they will all be 3-star on off 3 after the barbecue.
That's
sure.
True.
How do you feel about Trent Perry?
Oh,
God.
Dude.
Who is that? I'm sorry, I'm out of the loop here.
So
hey, Lee from Orlando, what up? Go ahead, Higgy.
I was gonna say he's a 4-star guard from LA, and dude, he's got so much of L with his lateral quickness. He's got a scoring threat capabilities, but at the same time, he is more of a combo guard, in my opinion. He can shoot it, he can pass it. He would be the real deal if we can get him in the class of 24, along with TJ Robinson in the backcourt.
I'll have to do some research, Higgy. If you'll send me some film or something, I'd appreciate that.
Yep.
Look, I have to be completely honest with you. As I have been focused on myself, I have been equally unfocused on everything. Another reason why I haven't done a show, because y'all know when y'all do something for so long, sometimes you get burned out, and I'm not burned out because I don't want to do it. I'm burned out because I'm focusing so much on myself. I don't want to neglect myself. I guess that's the way it is. Way I should say it. Steve, good to see you, Jeremy, and I guess Higgy.
Thanks, Steve.
Ain't no Steve Franconia, Bradley Harris. Starting 5 predictions. All right, let's do this. Big Dennis at the 5. I want to go with who do I put? JJ Trainer at the 4, Mike James at the 3, and then Sky and Trenton at the 1 and 2.
Okay. I got Sky, Trey White, Mike James, Brandon Huntley Hatfield, and a core of 4. I don't think Evans comes.
You don't think that Dennis or Trenton Flowers, either one, will be in the starting line?
I think once we get some games under the belt, yes, but not right away.
Trenton is the most college-ready kid. I have been around the basketball program at the University of Louisville since 2004-2005 season.
But I bet
followed it way longer. Let me finish. I have had close since 04-05 season. I've known some players before then. I've followed them my whole life. I have never seen a kid in practice that looks like they've already been here 3 years. I've not seen anybody. I would say the closest would be Earl Clark. Let's see who that is. I've texted a couple of people.
I was going to say, shout out to E5 on the TBT team. No, I just think.
Yeah. And let's touch on that real quick, man. I'm
Okay.
so glad that Earl Clark is going to be on this team. I'm trying my best to get there, y'all. I went on Ticketmaster the other day, and the closed seats were like $300 a seat. I can't pay $300 a seat. I just can't right now, especially with me not being able to work very much right now. I can't do it. I could cover it, but I don't feel like I'm going to be like, I got offered credentials. I just don't, like, with this going on with my health, I just don't feel good all the time. So I don't, but I'm so glad. Look, last year, I'm kind of surprised Jerry Smith isn't on this team, because there were 4 people I talked to last year, and they committed to playing on this team. And it was Jerry Smith, Earl Clark, Samardo Samuels, and the 4th one's escaping me.
I don't think it was
who
our
else
boy.
we announced last year?
It wasn't our boy T-Will. I know that for a fact.
Calm down.
But I'd like to see Larry O on the team.
Yeah, Larry would have been good. But because Samardo and Earl because Samardo and Jerry committed last year, I'm really shocked that we've got 2 non-Louisville guys on this team when we could have had those 2 who were equally good and better. They didn't even ask Preston Knowles. I talked to him the other day. He would have loved to have been on the team.
What about our boy Keith Oda? Is he just a coach, or is he going to play?
No, first off, his name's not Keith Oda. It's Otto. And secondly, yeah, he's just helping put it together, just like he was last year. Anthony Easton says Sky, Trey Flowers, BHH, Evans. I could see that. I just think that Mike James is going to be rewarded for staying and how hard he's been working. And for me, it's a coin flip between JJ and BHH, because Brandon didn't show as much last year and JJ showed a whole lot. So that's the only reason I rewarded him with that. Let me go ahead and hop back on this Facebook feed. You can agree. Silly.
No, but I'm excited for the TBT team, even though I'm not going to be able to attend any games either. I'm excited to watch them more than anything.
I'm trying to get this, and I apologize. I know how extremely unprofessional this looks. I wonder if it's because I cut it off and cut it back on. I still don't have any of the Facebook comments coming through on the feed, and I know there's a setting on here. I just didn't know it was doing that, so I apologize. If you're on Facebook watching, I apologize.
I was gonna say jump over to YouTube, like Marcus says.
Jump over to YouTube, or jump on. Jump on through YouTube, because the YouTubes are coming through with no problem. It's just the face, and I'll get that fixed before we get back on the next time. But yeah, man, we got an exciting basketball season coming up, an exciting football season coming up, and I'm so pumped about baseball, especially
that Wright State pitcher. Oh,
well, not only him, but I think our number 1 recruit was his name Zion something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
He
Zion.
He turned down the major leagues to come here, and he was projected really, really high. Master Yoda, what's up? Yeah, You're a little bit late. It's all good. Anything that you want to ask, I'll re-answer it, because you get the special privilege, special treatment, because you've been here since day one. Brian's excited to see Mike James, second year back from the injury. So we got a whole bunch of stuff to look forward to. Basketball, football, baseball, season 5. I don't know, y'all. If I had to tell y'all right now, I think season 5 is probably going to be the last season of the podcast, unless something drastic happens. unless I can get rid of this pain. They want to do. They want to do. No, D-Wall. He was not. He was a Louisville bat though, so I mean we can claim him for the Ville. I assume you're talking about Ellie De La Cruz, but I don't know if there's going to be a season 6. I know I've already committed to season 5 with a bunch of people, but I would have to. The other day they scared the heck out of me. I had a doctor's appointment. And the dude told me he was going to have to cut a tooth if I stayed at the same weight. Which this is what lit the fire underneath me. If I stayed at the same weight I was at, which I feel good at, it's still down 140 pounds from where I was 3 years ago. So I've been chipping away at it slowly but surely. But if I stayed at the weight I was at, he was going to have to make a 2-foot incision across my body and open me up like when Luke Skywalker climbed inside that Arctic mountain lion or ram or whatever it was. And my recovery would be a long time. And I said, all right, how much do I got to lose? He's like, about 65, 70 pounds. I said, say less. And I've already knocked 16 off that total, 15.8. Let's see. Steve Franconia, who's starting for the TBT team? All right, that's a great question too. We'll answer that. Then I want to get to my topic, and then we'll get out of here. But my starting 5 for the TBT, I would go, and that's somewhere else. I think we should have got another big, because I think Anawaku's the only 5 we have.
Yep.
So I would go Anawaku. I would start Earl at the 4. I would go, and then I would go Wayne, Peyton, and Russ. Higgy, what about you?
I got Peyton, Russ, Kyle Kirk.
What's up, Larry?
Shane Mahanan, and then I'll go Nanu.
Gosh, I forgot Shane. Shane's got to be in there somewhere. So maybe Shane at the 4, Earl at the 3, and then Russ and Peyton at the 1 and 2. It's
So
going to be exciting to watch. Huh?
You're not going to start Kyle?
No.
Okay.
I would not start Kyle when I have those. I love Kyle. Kyle's been through a lot. Kyle's not the same player he was when he was here.
He just won MVP over in Barcelona.
Right. Higgy, have you ever watched it? I had a friend that played in Barcelona, and the competition was not very good.
Real Madrid over there? Yeah.
I don't give a Real crappe. Walter's expecting a big contingent of Louisville fans down here in the A for the season opener.
Walter,
Gosh,
I'm hoping to get down there.
I got to feel better, y'all. I cannot miss any more big games and stuff. I'm putting 5 at the 5. No, Earl's too talented to be put at the 5. We'll put Nanu at the 5, Steve. Cardinal, yo, man, when are you going to bring some of that barbecue over so we can taste test it? Keep hearing about it. Hey, Larry. So I'm excited about oh my gosh. Well, talk about surprises. I love surprises. And we're talking about the TBT. So who better to bring in than one of the guys that was in my starting 5, but not in your starting 5, the incomparable Peyton Siva. Peyton, what's good, my man?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Let me let you know you're the first former Card that's been able to figure this out right the first time. Like Ellis Miles.
I can't see him though.
No, he doesn't have his video on, and that's fine. If he does, most people, don't want to be on video, or they do, or it is what it is. But if Higgy, if you remember when Ellis was on here, his video was working, but his audio wasn't.
That's true.
And same thing with Boo Brewer. So we've had a lot of technical difficulties. You're the first one. We haven't, so we appreciate that. So Peyton, what's been good, man? I know that you've been back here in Louisville. I know we'll talk about the TBT in a second. You've got some stuff going on. You're opening some stuff up. Just kind of let the people know what you got going on.
So we just recently moved back to Louisville not too long ago, getting settled in here, opening up a basketball training facility. It's called Shoot 360 Louisville, and that'll be open sometime in September, hopefully, out in Norton Commons, next to Vanguard. So we're taking over the gym down there. And yeah, so starting that up, getting that up and
Nice.
going, and just been down around the guys down at Louisville, just helping out where I can, and just back in the community, man. Just trying to get back around everybody here. Missed Louisville a lot, especially playing over in Europe and in Australia, and spending some time with the family. So it's been good.
It's crazy to see because I mean a lot of people don't realize. Well, no, they realize, but they don't realize it because it goes by so quick. It's been 10 years since you played here, and like that's a lifetime, especially for overseas basketball. I've had a lot of friends that have played overseas, and 10 years that's not the norm for people that go across seas. And you've been able to grind it out. You've been really good, and we appreciate you coming back to the city because you meant a lot to the city. You brought some great times to the city when the city needed you. So we're so glad to have you back. And I bet it's so cool to be able to go up there and work with the current guys. I don't want you to give too much away because I know that, just you get special information. I get special information. Nobody tells Higgy anything because he don't know how to keep his mouth shut. But what are you, after watching these kids practice the last few weeks to a month, without giving any specifics, are you excited about the season coming up?
Yeah. But first, how are you doing, man? How's the health going? How's everything going with you?
Bro, it's been rough. It's been rough,
Yeah.
but so I was just telling everybody else this, and thanks for hopping on. I know it's last minute and it's Saturday night. You probably have a lot of better things to do than to hop on. But I was just telling everybody else, the doctor told me, he was like, hey, if you don't lose about 60 more pounds, we're going to have to make a 2-foot incision in you to be able to go in and grab your spleen and pull it out so that we can get you back to normal. And I was like, wait, 2 feet? That's like from belly button to neck? No, we ain't doing that. I was like, how much do I have to lose? He's like, about 65, 70 pounds. I was like, say less. Lost almost 16 pounds this first week. Gonna keep grinding, gonna keep working hard, but yeah, man, I'm trying to do good. I appreciate you asking.
No, I mean, happy for you, man. Keep on grinding. But as far as the team goes, man, I'm excited. I think they're a very very talented team. On paper, they look amazing. Like you said, I don't want to give out too much, but I'm excited to watch them play. I think they're gonna get up and down. I mean, they're very athletic team, so I will be able to judge them a lot more once they play in the games.
Absolutely. And for those of y'all that don't know, we have Mr. Louisville, as far as I'm concerned, Peyton Siva on here with us. He was for those of you all that do not know, when we started the ESPN radio show back in 2012, I think it was 2013. Peyton was our very first guest on the show. He came in the studio. I was not there for that episode. I had I had been suspended for a month for we won't get into that. It is what it is. But so and then me and Peyton have kept in touch ever since. Cool thing, his dad was actually at the rehab facility. I think we were there for just a couple days together, but then he did I did most of my time before he got there. He did most of his time after I left. But how's Pops doing? I know he was that staff up there at Fraser. First off, I have no bad words. They did phenomenal with me. They actually got me ready to go in 6 days and told me we got to keep you 4 more days so your insurance will cover it. That's how good they were. They pushed me to my limits and they made me work. They made me work really, really hard. How's your dad doing?
Yeah, the staff at Fraser were amazing. So hats off to them. Dad is doing a lot better. He's getting healthier. He had a stroke, so it took away some of his mobility and his speech. But day by day, he's getting better and better. He's back in Seattle now with family and friends. So they're helping him along the way. And just continue to keep him in prayers. He's battling it every day. He's roaming around the city like nothing ever happened. So
there you go.
Trying to keep him to sit still, but everybody knows my dad's a big energy guy and very hard headed. So he's out and about.
Look, I love your dad too, because I saw him everywhere. Everywhere I went, he was there, and he would always say hi. And from the very first time I met him, and he introduced himself to me, I was like, trust me, I know exactly who you are. I've seen you. He's like, man, it's great to see you. Like, we had a conversation, like, and he's just like my dad was. My dad never met a stranger. Your dad never made me feel like we had been friends forever. And I had just met him that first day, and we kept in touch for a long time before I guess he got off Twitter or whatever it was. But I'm glad to hear he's doing better. He's always been such a big personality, and it's good. A lot of people are like, man, I bet Peyton's embarrassed because his dad is out there, taking some attention away. No, everybody loved the fact that your dad was your biggest cheerleader and our biggest cheerleader. So let him know we are praying for him. We appreciate everything he's done, and to get better soon, because we need him just like we need you to support the team. So let him know that.
I will. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So the TBT, this thing is something I'm very, very excited about. Last year, I got a couple of names. I helped Keith. Keith Odo was one of the guys last year that was putting this together, and he just couldn't get enough commitments. I got him Earl Clark. I got him Samardo Samuels. I got him Jerry Smith. I got him Preston Knowles. But that was everybody else was playing ball, and nobody else was free. So that thing kind of folded in all of our hopes to have something to cheer for during the summer. We're dashed this year. It's happening. You can still get your tickets on Ticketmaster.com. If you don't already have them, enter that website. Go get your tickets. This is going to be a fun time. What are you most excited about, Peyton, with this TBT team?
I think I'm most excited about just being back in Louisville and playing in front of the Louisville fans. The city of Louisville means so much to me. So just getting out there and competing on a high level is really what's important to me, and that was really what drew me to even play. Is the big reason why I committed to it. It's just get a chance to play in front of family and friends. Being over in Europe, you don't really get a chance to do that. So this was a big thing for me. And then also, too, a big one was just the players that they had committed to it, being back on the court with Russ, a long-time backcourt mate, being in the court with Kyle, Kirk, now E5. And then a couple of my old teammates like Shane, Wayne, Rakeem Buckles. So really looking forward to just stepping back on the court with them, and some of the other guys who are on there like Dylan, Nick Mayo, Chris Dow, who I'm really good friends with. We've been in Louisville a long time, so just getting back on the court with them is it's gonna be fun.
Absolutely, and I know as a fan, which I'm not your typical fan, obviously, but I'm so excited. We were just sitting here talking about who's your starting five, and I'm like, gosh, I've got to put Anawaku at the 5. I got to put who did I put at the 4, Higgy?
I think you put Shane or
Shane. I put
Earl.
Shane at the 4. I put Earl at the 3, and then you and Russ at the 1 and 2. I'm like, no, wait a minute, I forgot this guy. No, wait, I forgot this guy. This isn't your typical TBT team. Almost everybody is a former major contributor here at U of L for the most part. So it's going to be fun. Like I said, if y'all don't already have y'all's tickets, get them now. It's going to be a great time. Peyton, I know how hard. Look, we've been trying to do this. I remember it was 2 years ago we tried to put this together, but the time difference and practice issues come up, and we could just never get it together. I appreciate you so much for coming on tonight, giving us a little bit of your time. I want to just ask you a few questions from the fans real quick, and then we'll let you go. Let's see. Siva in the building. Absolutely. Brian McGlasson says, what's up, PS3? Master Yoda's like Siva, and then a whole bunch of, I don't emoji very much, but he's got all kinds of emojis. Larry says, Peyton, thank you for repping the Ville wherever you go. Corey Carson, and I know I'm calling y'all out by y'all's government names, but that's just the way it shows up on the text line. Corey Carson says, what's up, Pepe? Do you like that nickname, by the way, Pepe?
Yeah, I grew up with it. It's a family nickname. So
I figured it was. I mean, some people
Louisville
don't like the
fans are family
nickname.
now, so it works.
You know, some people don't like the nickname. Like my nickname growing up, I hated. All my friends in the neighborhood called me Big Germ, and I'm like, I'm not my name's Jeremy. I'm not dirty. I'm not Jeremy. It's Jeremy, not Jeremy. I was like, I hate that, and that's still to this day. People are like, Big Jerem, what up? And I'm like, okay, I know I've known you for a while, even though I may not recognize you. You've known me for a while if you call me that. So I was just curious if you like the Pepe or not. Cardinal says,
I don't mind that at all.
Cool. Cardon says prayers for Papa Siva. Corey said the same.
Appreciate you guys.
Larry said, I miss these live shows and looking forward to more. I'm gonna try to bring y'all more. I've got to feel better. And like today's been a good day. I've had a lot of bad days and I had very few good days. Today was a good day, and I wanted to hop on here. And I threw the Hail Mary out to Peyton. I was like, hey, you want to join us tonight? Get in a quick show. And I don't know if he responded or not because we had already started the show, but he hopped in here like a champ. And I appreciate that. Let's see. Master Yoda said, I've got a goat on here. Yeah, there's 2 goats and a donkey on the show right now. Sorry, Higgy. Paul, what's up, CSD family? Okay, that's everything referencing Peyton. Peyton, thank you so much for coming on here. And once the season gets closer, if you want to, we can do a kind of like a preview show, and maybe I can get you and Russ. Like Russ's people contacted me to do the show last week, and I wasn't feeling good, so I was like, maybe some other time, but maybe we can get a preview show or something together when I'm feeling a little bit better. And man, have a lot. Earl Clark, I don't know how much you know Earl or how close y'all were, if you were at all. One of the funnest, most genuine guys I've ever been around. This dude was always joking around with everybody. I stayed on campus his freshman and sophomore year, finishing up my degree, and my room was like 2 doors down from his room. And every time, like, I would leave my door open because it got hot in the room. So, I was trying to cool it off a little bit. And every time Earl or even DC, every time they walked by the door and saw me there, they're like, hey, you want to go shoot some hoops? You want to go get a workout in or whatever? Just a genuinely good guy, just like you, Peyton. So there are some similarities. So if you get a chance to bond with him, he's a great dude. And he had one of the funniest senior day speeches that I've ever seen. Like, we got in there and he was like, I want to give a shout out to Fred Hina. Fred Hina, you my man, Fred Hina. I love you, Fred Hina. Fred Hina, you the best. And then he's like, I want to give a shout out. And then he like named every friend from elementary to high school he ever had. And if you've heard him talking, you know his accent.
Yeah.
Like, first off, you hear he's from New Jersey, you're like, man, he's tough. Then he starts talking, you're like, oh, he's a teddy bear. Like,
yeah, I know 5.
Okay, you know him. So you look, I'm older. I'm a lot older than you, Peyton. So I don't know how much. 06, 07. I guess I should have known. We're all Cardinals at the end of the day. Cardinals forever. So thanks again for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And I'll let you into your portion. Let everybody know where they can see. Obviously the TBT, but Shoot 360. Give them the details you can give them, and hopefully we can get you a bunch of people signing up.
Yeah. So like I said, I mean, the TBT is coming up. Tickets are still on sale, like you said, at Ticketmaster. First game is July 25th. And if we win, we keep going on 27th, 29th, 31st. Hopefully we can keep on going and make it to Philadelphia. Also, too, just starting up the gym. We'll start pre-selling memberships. It's a membership-based basketball training facility. It's called Shoot 360 Louisville. You can go on my Instagram or Twitter and click the link, or go on www.shoot360.com/Louisville, and you can pre-register there. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. It's another venture I'm taking on, and I'm excited. But I appreciate you for having me on the show. Higgy, sorry you didn't get a lot of words in. Jaron like to talk a lot. So
no, I do like to talk a lot. And trust me.
Hey,
Higgy,
it's just normal Peyton at this point.
Higgy, shut up. When Higgy does talk, it's not very good. So I thought I was doing him a favor by carrying the conversation. Look, if you ever need anything, if you as far as 360 is concerned, hit me up. I'm pretty free to come help if you need some free labor at any time. Just let me know.
I appreciate you guys, man. You guys take it easy, and thank you guys for having me on.
Not a problem.
All right,
Peyton Siva, everybody. I don't know why I just lost my voice at the end of that. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the chat line, and we're going to wrap this up because Peyton coming on kind of killed the short show vibe. So, all right, let's catch up on the chat line. And you know when I say shut up, I mean it. Not in a bad way, though. I'm going to need the weather to act right. Smash that like button. I would have loved to have seen Enoch on this team. Great point there, RL. Okay, let's scroll down, down. Dang, sorry I'm late. I forgive you, Corey. And sorry for calling out y'all's first and last names like that. I mean, well, don't put your first and last names in there if you don't want to. Larry missed these live shows and are looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to them too. I just got to have some good days. Word on, I think his name is Nupel. I think that's how you spell it. That is how you spell it. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. We're in hot and heavy with him. What's up, CSC family? From Paul Thomas. Larry says, Peyton, one heck of a block against Michigan. It was not goaltending. No, they didn't call it that way, so it wasn't. Yoda, I'm so sorry I didn't see that question. I'll ask him a couple of these questions that y'all asked me. I'll get back to y'all next show. Is Wayne in good shape? I think so. BJ just saw Larry O at the grocery store today. Robbie is glad CSZ is back. Robbie also says Peyton on CSZ met Russ at the O'Shea signing. It's a great day to be a Card. Absolutely. Fabian said, yo, Siva. He's gone. What's up, Jeremy? What's up? Thanks, Pepe from Yoda. Look, I've had a fun night tonight, and I appreciate y'all hopping on here on a Saturday night. As much as I appreciate my wife going into work this morning and still not being back from work because they offered her a whole bunch of incentive to stay, and I told her she had to. She asked me, and I said, yeah, sure. If you like money and stuff, you can do that. Make sure y'all go to CardinalSportsZone.com. Check out the photo galleries. Jeff, JK, and TJ have busted their butts covering these events to provide y'all with some quality photos. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Shack in the Back Barbecue, Four Peg Smokehouse and Bar, Derby City Lawn and Landscaping, All American Pool and Supply Company. Now, some of those are sponsoring us anymore, but since they sponsor us during the year, I'm shouting them out till we start season 5. Not sure if we'll even have a sponsor for season 5 because I've not had any time to really approach anybody, but we'll see. If you'd like to sponsor the show, though, hit us up, DM any of us but Higgy, and you can DM Higgy too, and he can point you in the right direction. Follow us on social media. You can see all the places you can follow us on social media underneath Higgy. Where Higgy was. Higgy, where did you go? Come back, Higgy, or don't. You can follow us on YouTube at Cardinal. There's Higgy. Thanks for coming back, buddy. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Underneath, you can see the handles underneath Higgy. You can find this show on all the podcast avenues: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart. Hit subscribe or follow now. If you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go to YouTube, go to CardinalSportsZone.com, hit the podcast tab, go to the drop-down menu, go to CSZ podcast, CardinalSportsZone.com, the place it all began. Shout out to anybody out there sharing the podcast. Smash that like button. We appreciate you. We love you guys. I'll get back to the chat line here in a second. Oh, Higgy's outside. Okay.
Yep.
Shout out to our guys, Marcus Maben. Shout out to our guys, Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage, doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. Still got nothing but love for y'all. Higgy, do you got any last words for this week?
Go Cards. Go.
You froze for a second, which was great. Let's see. Play that outro. I'm going to here in a second, Yoda. Higgy, you're froze, so I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss you for the day. Brian says we appreciate you all. I appreciate y'all too. Glad to catch the show. Just got in from the honeydew list. Fabian, Crazy. You can go back and listen to it from the very beginning. No, Higgy, I'm not letting you back in. Okay, I'll let you back in. Fabian said, Yoda, what's good? Yoda said, what is Higgy doing? I don't know. Cardinal says Higgy's got some serious beard action. I told him he looks like the bearded lady at a circus, or if Braun Strowman had a baby with Braun Strowman. Just in the face, not anything else. Higgy, have you been trying to lose some weight? I heard from a birdie that you were. Well, how long have you been going?
I am.
How long?
I've been going 2 weeks now.
2 weeks, and
So
how much
try
are
to
you
walk
down?
at least 2 miles each night.
That's the same thing I do. 2 miles of cardio. How much are you down?
I'm down 5.
Higgy, we got to talk after the show. You should not just be down 5 after 2 weeks if you're doing everything right and you're walking 2 hours a night. We'll talk after the show. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. Fabian said, nice beard. He wishes he could grow one. Did you give your last words or did you freeze up?
No, I said my last words were go Cards and go Krogerin.
Okay. My last words are, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for understanding why we haven't had as many shows here as of late. I'll bring them to you as much as I can. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again for the support. Hit that like button. Promote us if you want to. It is what it is. Until next time, peace out. Jason Baker. Go Cards and L's up, Larry Bell. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We love y'all too, Cardon. Love you too, Cardon. Y'all, you, whatever. Had to turn it around for the camera. I'm doing it right in real life. You too, Corey. We'll be back here in a couple of weeks, I promise you guys. I'll let y'all know, and not just 20 minutes beforehand. Shout out to Peyton Siva. Appreciate you, Oos. We out. We out.